Call of Mars City Council regular meeting to order Tuesday, May 19th at 12 p.m. Would you please join me in the pledge of the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'd like to welcome people that is here in the chamber, many of the council members, and also the people that are watching at home over television to our meetings today. Could we have a roll call, Bev?
Nelson?
Yes.
Knapp?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Goodchild?
Yes.
Wick?
Yes. Motion to approve the agenda. Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Yeah, let's all remember that there is a delay, a little bit of a delay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That was-
Yeah. Okay, the first thing on the program today is a hearing, and it's the regard to the budget amendment. At last meeting, the council established this as a date and time for a public hearing regarding an amendment to the city's 2019-2020 adopted budget. Notice has been published and the state-required resolution is attached. I'm not going to go through all of the budget amendments and revenue sources. I can share with you where it included the miscellaneous department expenditures, repairs and equipment, purchases, flood and sequennial costs, the Eagle payments, Project Eagle payments, includes the CB2 street and airport improvements. It includes the storm sewer improvements, and it includes the Floyd Valley Hospital expenditures. This time I'm going to open the hearing and ask for any written or oral objections or comments to the amendment. I will once again open the meeting and ask for any written or oral objections or comments to this amendment. Hearing none, I'm going to close the meeting at this time. The staff certainly recommends the approval of this, so I'd entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion adopting resolution number 2015, amending the 2019-2020 budget.
Second to the motion.
Motion made and second to adopt the resolution number 20-15, amending the 2019 and the 2020 adapted the budget. Could we have a roll call on that, Bev?
Wick?
Yes.
Goodchild? Goodchild?
Yes.
Knapp? Knapp?
Now, yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Nelson?
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Going into general discussion. The way we handle our general discussion is we ask to step to the podium, or today, of course, by virtue of the way we're operating, anybody is welcome to call in on the conference call number. If you have any concerns or anything that you would like to visit about, we ask you to state your name and address and to listen to your complaints. So at this time, I'm going to open for discussion of anybody that may have a concern or a compliment or anything like that. I'll ask once again if anybody has any concerns or any compliments, anything about the open discussion. Hearing none, we'll move on to the thumbs up award. Mike, you got anything?
I'll defer to Mr. Wick and his comments about the golf course.
Okay.
And I will comment and thank Brian Schultz again for maintaining the order and sustainability of the golf course and how he's done it, and do ask for everybody's cooperation as we get a little bit busier, the weather gets a little bit nicer, to have understanding when you get there. But thumbs up to Brian and all he's done to help make that a great activity.
Steve, I'll certainly second that. Those boys have done a tremendous job out there under the conditions they've had to operate in, and they've done it by the rules. They have followed the proclamation of Governor Reynolds from day one, and I don't think I've ever seen that golf course so busy this time of the year.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
thumbs up to them. Rex?
Yeah, nap here, I don't have anything, I'm doing good, thank you.
Kim Nelson?
I've never seen the trail so busy. It's good to see families out there, so this is a good thing. We don't have a flood this year, so grateful for that.
Very good. Clark, do you have anything on this open discussion?
Thumbs up to both Galen and communities, graduating seniors. I guess I hate to say it this way. I know they got kind of shortchanged on a half a year of school, but nonetheless, they have accomplished the needed requirements under extraordinary circumstances. And maybe that's a little bit of baptism by fire to the world that they're going into. So the truth of the matter is, a lot of congratulations. Unfortunately, they were shortchanged some of their parties and their celebrations, but nonetheless, congratulations on their accomplishments.
Thank you, Clark. I don't know if you was around last Sunday afternoon or not, but the residents and people of Lamar certainly turned out to support our seniors, both Galen and the community, and I thought that was very, very appreciative, and I know those kids appreciated it. Moving on to the consent items. All items listed on the consent will be enacted by one motion. There'll be no separate discussion on those items unless a request is made prior to the time the council votes on the motions. Today we have 6 of them. Approval of the May 5th, 2020 regular meeting minutes. Number 2 is a list of the bills for the period ending 5/15/20. Number 3 is a monthly financial statement for April 2020. Number 4 is the employee health insurance. And number 5 is the employee flexible benefits plan. And number 6 is the urban revitalized tax exemption requests. I ask the council if there's any one of the 6 if they'd like to pull before we vote on them. We may do so now.
Motion to approve the consent items 1 through 6.
Is there a second?
Yes.
Motion been made and second to approve the consent items 1 through 6. Could we have a roll call on that, Deb?
Wick,
Yes.
Knapp,
Nap, yes.
Goodchild,
Good job, yes.
Nelson,
Nelson, yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Motion carried. Moving on to the action items. First one on the action items is the 2020 Industrial Park Grading Project. Plans and specifications have been prepared by Schofield Engineering for the 2020 Industrial Park Grading Project. The project consists of grading lots 7 through 10 of the Lamar's Industrial Park, second edition, and lots 5 through 8 of the Industrial Park, third edition, to finalize saleable condition. A small amount of the excess dirt will be hauled to the future dog park site. The recommendation is that the administration recommends the approval of the council to proceed. The public hearing set on June 2nd, 2020. The bid letting on June 30th, 2020. The council award the project on July 7th, 2020. The financial impact: the land is owned by the Lamar's Business Initiative Corporation, or the LBIC, and costs incurred by the city are repaid to the city by the LBIC upon the sale of the lots. The current project estimate is $225,000. Jason, do you have any further comments on this particular project?
I'll just, yeah, I will add some stuff. This, you know, both of those subdivisions have been there for, it's two different subdivisions there, second and third editions of Industrial Park. These lots along that run adjacent to Industrial Road between 24th and 27th have never really been graded to what I put in here as a sellable condition. So that's the intent. They've been used, that ground has been used as project borrow sites for years, especially on the south end along 27th, on the piece of property that abuts where the ethanol, that transload site is. That particular area has been overly excavated to a point that you know, continuously increased our concern of leaving the lots in unbuildable condition. So I think it's important that we get the lots graded, and there will be excess dirt. So rather than having contractors come in and we tell them, you know, start scraping here, and there will be an excess dirt pile created. And then, like I stated here, we kind of did a combination, of two different projects. So some of that excess dirt is going to get hauled to the site of the dog park because that needs a little bit of grading there to help with drainage. So that's included in this project.
Okay. Any other questions?
Jason, is Neil Adler around? Is he on?
Neil, are you on?
I don't believe he is, Clark.
Yeah. What's your question?
That's fine, that's fine. I guess during the hearing part, I'd like him to be there, because I'd like to ask you, Jason, then, how many lots does Lamar's in the industrial park have for sale currently?
The city of Lamar's or LBIC?
Both. They're together, so I would say both. City of Lamar's and LBIC. How many lots are available right now in industrial park? Let me just give me another question in on that is, I have a little bit of trouble preparing lots for sale when every company that come in, potential buyers, is going to have their own specific needs for the ground. So in essence, you're preparing ground for something that you don't have a clue what you're preparing it for. I'm not trying to be a smart aleck, but in the times that we are in, and in the uncertainty of the next couple of years' budget seasons, I'm a little bit concerned with spending money preparing lots that I do not believe we've had too many sales on recently, and I just don't know that industrial growth is going to be paramount in the next few years. So I question spending this amount of money. There's my concerns, guys. There it is, right there.
Legitimate concerns, Clark. I would guess if I had to, just counting off the top of my head, there's probably 10 lots, because I believe there is these 8 that are depicted in the council agenda, plus I believe there's two more along 27th, further to the west. Those are 10, I know for sure, that are left out there. I mean, and this is, I understand the concern, Clark, and this is, like I stated, this is twofold. you know, with the, just the kind of the, I'll use an old term, the old willy-nilly way of just going out there and borrowing dirt and not really having a plan of what we're gonna have when we're done with it. This way there is a plan. This has changed a little bit. Originally, Clark, when this was platted, there was an intent to kind of create all of these lots with, that would accommodate docks. So semi-trailers could back up and,
Yes, yes,
you know,
yes.
so that is how it was originally designed. That was the original thought on how these lots should be graded. That, for the most part, has gone away, except for what you see on lots 9 and especially lot 7. Those will be graded because they're already basically graded that way to accommodate some docking. But lots 8, 10, 7, 5, and 8 along 27th, that idea has been scrapped. So this grading will just be getting them into, you know, drainage conditions, so we don't have drainage issues. Plus, it'll allow the stockpiling of dirt, so we don't have to constantly go back in there and you know, just start taking dirt from certain spots. I mean, so there is, yes, I agree. You know, once we grade it, is it all of a sudden the lots are going to start to sell? I doubt it, but it's kind of a convenience for both LBIC and the city, really, to accomplish this.
Okay, Jason, that's a good enough explanation for me. I'm going to hold my concerns. I'm willing to go ahead with a public hearing on it. I mean, this is just me, 1 of 5. I'm willing to go ahead with a public hearing on it and then kind of see how it evolves. Hopefully we can be in person by the time it evolves a little farther. But I just wanted to express my concerns to the council as to, you know, I'm going to be a little bit stingy on dollars right now, because if you all recall, last week I asked Jacob to come up with lost revenue. And we're going to be talking about that later. I have not touched bases with him, but I'm going to be bringing that up here in a little bit. We're in a unique situation in a unique year. And people, we all need to kind of get out of our business as usual and try to keep it business as usual, but realize it's not going to be quite business as usual. You heard my concerns about the ethanol plant last 2 weeks ago. Those didn't go away. I see in our list of bills where we still made a payment. So I'm just going to be that way this year, I'll tell you right now. So anyway, go ahead. I apologize, I talked too much. Go ahead.
You know, did I answer your questions, Clark?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, moving on. Entertain a motion?
Dick, this is Rex. I've got some of the same concerns that Clark has. I know when we get to budget time next year, it's not gonna be as fun as it has been. It's not gonna be as good on the revenue side and stuff like that. I'm not saying we shouldn't do these lots and get them right, but if they become an extra cost and a little bit more than we think they're gonna be, then maybe we do need to put the brakes on for a year or so. It's just, we just gotta look at things a little different than we did 4 months ago. That's just my 2 cents too. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Rex.
And I'll just, this is Jason, I don't know if we're saying our names yet. I agree with both your comments. I mean, I didn't want to, I mean, these things, you know, were already in the works. So I just didn't want to stop them. So we continued on creating these plans. You know, then this dang COVID thing came. So, you know, I mean, we have to take all that into consideration. So that's why they're still created. I mean, we'll continue to move forward unless, you know, as a group, tell me to put the brakes on things.
Okay, Entertain a motion?
Wick would make the motion to establish June 2, 2020 at 12 p.m. for a public hearing on plan specifications, form of contract, and estimate of cost for the 2020 industrial park grading project, and to establish June 30, 2020 at 10 a.m. to receive and open bids with council award on July 7, 2020.
Is there a second?
So moved.
Motion made and second to establish June 2nd, 2020 at 12 p.m. for a public hearing on plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost for the 2020 Industrial Park Grading Project, and to establish June 30th, 2020 at 10 a.m. to receive and open bids with the council award on July 7th of 2020. Can we have a roll call on that, Bev?
Donlin,
Yes.
Knapp,
Knapp, yes.
Goodchild,
Yes.
Wick,
Wick, yes.
Nelson.
Nelson, yes.
Motion carried. Okay, moving on to action item number 2. It has to do with the Urban Renewal Plan Amendment for the Lamar's Highway 75 bypass urban renewal area. Urban Renewal Plan amends are needed when new projects are added or existing projects significantly change in cost or scope. City staff has been working with Dorsey Whitney to prepare the required documents. The administration recommends the council set a date for public hearing, consultation session with the Lamar's Community School and Plymouth County are required. The dates that we're looking at is on June 2nd, 2020 at 1:30 p.m., the consultation with the school and the county officials, and on June 16th, 2020 at 12 p.m. for the public hearing. Any questions in regard to that? You want to comment on that, Jason? Just
Yes, sir.
Jason, can you bring us kind of up to speed on what this is all about, please?
Yes. Okay, we did one of these last year in March.